Hello, my beloved soul family. Welcome to Love and Beloved. This is Dilruba chowdhury, your love life leader. The topic is why healing is so important to move forward. So, let's understand first what healing means. We are here by shaping of our past experiences. Our past has been so many events, so many teachings, so many knowledges, so many upbringing, so many morals, values, everything that actually shapes our thoughts, our mind, our personality, our even values inside of us that makes who we are currently right now. So those experiences doesn't necessarily have everything positive, everything that offers the same value or positivity around our own desire, around our own goals, right? So for say I'm talking about relationship, but it can implement in any areas of your life, like health, like money, like everything. So in relationship, if we ever had been heartbroken, if we ever had been rejected, abandoned, if we ever have been cheated or something happened that didn't actually work out for our relationships, we have a lessons out of that experience. We had been shaping our mind with that lessons that it didn't work out just because all the guys or all the girls are like the same cheater, or they are gold diggers or something like that, or it didn't work out because they have had some ill intentions towards the relationships, or whatever reasons actually got into our emotional attachment at that moment, at that circumstances, we kind of tend to label that and shape it in our mind, and we kind of have a belief of our own around that circumstances. So that not necessarily being a wound that we need to heal, but that's a belief that we tagged into, not necessarily is the truth, right? So it might not be the true fact of what happened in that circumstances, but we tagged it as of our own emotional state at that moment. We felt rejected, um, we felt treated ill, we felt like cheated on, we felt traded, like everything. Then we just kind of come up with a summary of that circumstances, and we bring along with our next step, with our next future. So that is a wound, it's a limiting belief, and that needs to be healed. That's what the topic is. Why that needs to be healed? See what happens when you bring that belief, bring that emotion toward your next future circumstances, future aspects. So, for say, one had been heartbroken by a cheating relationship, by a lying relationships. Doesn't necessarily be cheating. So, okay. So one have been heartbroken by that, and they have a belief that all the guys, I'm saying just in perspective of a woman, all the guys are just cheater. All right. She just moved on from her past relationship, and she is just by herself, and somebody came along. Somebody wanted to have a real connection with her. Somebody wanted to have a relationship. And then what happens? That person, that girl, has been heartbroken. They feel that doubt. They feel that belief surfaced up. They feel that, okay, why this person is around me? He is probably another cheater. He is probably has some ill intention. He does have something that he is going to heartbreak me too once I get into that relationship. Once I get into vulnerable, he is going to throw me away. So those kind of fear raise up, and then what happens? The girl just have a blockage in front of her, a bubble. She just cage her inside of a bubble so that she doesn't get hurt, so that that guy cannot improvise into that bubble and then make her hurt again, right? So what is happening in that? In that case, she is missing out a really potential relationship, a really potential good person that could actually fulfill her in her next relationship. So that's why the baggage is playing a role in that kind of circumstances. So another scenario, if we go one step forward, for say the girl actually got into that relationship and she is finding everything so nice, so everything is so working out. Even though everything is working out, she has a fear that this good thing is not going to ever last. She is not investing her fully because she is holding back her vulnerability, her heart to fall in love fully, because she is afraid if she invests fully, she's going to be heartbroken again. She just lingers into that time. She is still testing that time, and by the process of testing, the other person, the genuine, the real good person who is there, they get the sense that she is not investing totally. She is holding herself back. She is more doubtful. She is more suspicious. She is asking so many questions. She is feeling insecurity. Maybe that guy is hanging out with their guy friends and she is asking more questions. Those insecurities surfaced up, and that person, the guy, actually can sense that, and they get agitated, they get so much irritated, and that also triggers the girl, like, okay, why are you agitated now? This is what's happening. See, our relationships is so not quite the right one. You don't understand me. You got angry on those things. So those kind of negativity carries around the fresh, nice relationship that could be actually a good flowing, good bonding relationship without those kind of emotional hurt. So that happens when you have past emotional wound carrying to the future one, and we kind of feel that the lesson we learned from the past, that might be implicable in this relationship, and we can find those dots inside of that relationship. All right? And then what happens? By going forward for finding all those faults, negativity, and connecting those dots to compare them to the past relationship, what happens? This relationship falls apart, right? So this is why you need to heal yourself before you move forward with anything, any positive relationship, any successful goal you are trying to achieve, right? So now the question comes, how you can heal, or how you even know that you have been wounded or you are carrying those emotional baggages right now. That's simple. You have to look into your life, whatever you are trying to achieve, that is not being so easily, effortlessly coming towards you. Something is just hindering you to get that results from your life. Something doesn't work out pretty well, or it just feels like it's never gonna work out. So once you figure out all those patterns, like what is actually falling apart on those moving forward with these goals or relationships, right? So then you can see those patterns. Like every time I meet someone, it just feels like they are trying to get something out of this relationship. They have some ill intentions. They have something to bring their own baggages. They are insecure or something. Like you will see those patterns that constantly bringing those over and over in your experiences. Now you sit down with those and see one by one event, one by one incidents that happened with that whole relationship or that whole past experiences, and see is as if you are watching a movie. See is a viewer perspective without any emotional attachment of that circumstances. Look at it. Run it into your mind. You are the person, you are one character, the other person is another character. What are they doing? What are they having conversation about? What conversation actually raised that anger, raised that the fire inside of you? What happened next? What would be the right choice of word or action that could one of the character could do? Most probably you will like to focus on yourself, the you character, and then figure out what could that character make a positive move around that circumstances. What was missing on her or him? What was missing on the other person? What would be the right answer for this question or action for this question? Okay? So then you can see the whole picture, and you will most probably find that those relationships didn't work out just because not of anybody's fault, but just because somebody felt against of that circumstances. Somebody felt that it's not going quite well towards what they were actually thinking about. So you will find that the whole circumstances is just a neutral circumstances that doesn't make you the bad person, that doesn't make you the victim. This is just a whole circumstances that happened just because of some kind of action did mismatch with both of those characters' expectations. Then once you see that neutrally, once you see that everything clearly, feel that emotion. Would that emotion actually a necessary emotion? Would that emotion is a right emotion to feel for that character, that you character? That anger, that revenge, that sadness, that depression, that deprivation, that misunderstood feeling, that abundant feeling, are those legit to feel towards that circumstances, towards that person? What would be that person's saying? What would be that person's belief about that circumstances? Understand that, play around that, and then release the emotion toward that. Because the emotion actually makes that label for you. Once you get emotionally attached, that makes that emotion label towards that circumstances. That makes your belief, confirmation towards that. Once you detach from that, you will see clearly that nothing is actually being that serious to make that kind of label. All right? So that is it my friend, and now you know why healing is so important. And hi. So why healing is so important and why it needs to be healed. You need to be healed, or come out of all your limiting beliefs before you even move forward with your any new relationship, new circumstances of your goal. All right, please ask me any question you have. I'm here to help you, and I look forward to hear from you, and love you. Stay blessed. Thank you.